It's the Curious Cast with Curious Cyrus. Hey guys, it's me, Odd Pods of the Odd Broad. I'm actually gonna rebrand that soon to go with my YouTube channel. Anyways, here is the list of movies based on John Wayne Gacy. If you guys don't know or haven't seen before, I actually have a multi-part episodes of no. On our door? Downstairs, probably. Anyways, back to it. There's several movies and shows about John Wayne Gacy. So here we go. John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. This was in 2021. It was on Peacock and Discovery Plus. This is actually just a docu-series on how his life was before the murders, when he started committing the murders, after he committed the murders, and when he was executed. If you guys don't remember, John Wayne Gacy was executed by lethal injection. He was, up until his death.
He never apologized. He never said that.
No. And then we have Gacy, filmed in 2003, where Mark Holton, if you guys don't know who Mark Holton is, he's actually the guy who played Francis in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. You guys know who Francis was? He was a spoiled little shit that wanted Pee-wee's bike.
He wasn't a little shit. He was a big shit.
Yeah, he was a big shit. So he starred as John Wayne Gacy in this biographical drama, and I've seen it before. I've seen it like twice. Just to, like, the first time was like way back when, and then the second time I watched it was like about a month ago. And I can say he actually fucking just nailed the attitude, the fucking just his whole persona, the way he acted was just creepy as shit. Then we have Dear Mr. Gacy. This was filmed in 2010. Synopsis is a college student named Jason Moss develops a correspondence with imprisoned serial killer John Wayne Gacy, played by William Forsythe. If you guys don't know who William Forsythe is, he is Deputy Sheriff Wydell from the Devil's Rejects, who went crazy when his brother George Wydell was killed by Mama Firefly in the House of Thousand Corpses. Mama Firefly. It's like, he played oh my god, William Forsythe can fucking just like channel people. I swear to god, he's kind of creepy. He always plays the perfect asshole too, if you think about it. Yeah. Then we have 8213 Gacy House. Paranormal investigators enter the former property of serial killer John Wayne Gacy, setting up cameras throughout the abandoned house. They go room to room with handheld cameras, performing seances for asking John Wayne Gacy to come forward. So, yeah. After the murders and after the bodies being exhumed, the house was demolished. So, yeah, nobody wanted that house. It was just, yeah. It was basically unlivable, inhabitable. Yeah, you can't live in there. So it was in the. Yeah, there you go. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. I can't talk right. I hate these. I don't know. Where did I put my clicker? Hold on, guys. I gotta look for my remote. Oh, they're here. You ever go on YouTube and they play them long ass self-help ads or some shit like that and you don't know what the fuck they're talking about? That just happened to us. So, yeah, after the bodies were exhumed, basically everything was scooped out of there. Bodies, bones.
not really the juices from
No, it was mostly bones and bodies.
no, the juices all
Oh, yeah.
saturated underneath the house. That's why the house smelled the way it
Yeah.
did, and nobody could get rid of the smell. So that's the city where the city decided that it was no longer
Inhabitable.
for anybody to live, and not because it was a murder house, but because of the stench and the history behind her. I don't think anyone would want to live in there. They tried. He gave it to his kids.
No, they didn't. They didn't want all his kids. His kids didn't want nothing to do with him. So, yeah. So it's just a mockumentary thing. And The Clown and the Candyman. This was actually on Hulu and on Discovery Plus. This is between comparisons and similarities between John Wayne Gacy and Dean Allen Corll. If you guys don't remember, I did a podcast of a few episodes on Dean Allen Corll, who's known as the Candyman of Texas. And you would see the similarities and how the bodies were disposed of, which by means of burial and lime to advance the decomp and all this other stuff. Even the method of murder with the strangulation thing in the handcuff game. That's basically most of the similarities. Even during the interrogations and when he did fess up to it, Gacy did say he got inspiration from that of Dean Allen Corll, because the murder methods were both similar. Then we have Becoming Evil, Serial Killers. It's just a profiling episode of how one became one, so, you know. Then we have John Wayne Gacy, the Des Plaines Killer outside Chicago. This one's on Amazon Prime. Very Scary People has an episode. Host Donnie Wahlberg chronicles the dark and twisted lives of an array of diabolical criminals. And he did an episode about John Wayne Gacy. Unlicensed Cemetery. And that's it for the shows, the movies, and the shows.
Tucked away in an idyllic country lane, the ancient Ram Inn looks unassuming and peaceful from the outside. To innocent tourists, the house might look like just another...
Also, while in prison, John Wayne Gacy actually painted pictures, portraits, whatever. He did clowns, mostly of Pogo and Puddles. If you guys don't know, Pogo and Puddles were his clown alter egos, where Pogo was the happy one and Puddles was the not so happy. Most of these images you can find on Google if you want to search them up yourself. I know some people do own his works, and I just found a website called invaluable.com, and people can actually buy prints or actual other. I know, I'm watching this thing. No, that one was on freaking Ghost Adventures. That was the one.
They ain't saying showing shit. They ain't go inside. Ooh, he's putting an eyeball in. What?
Yeah, that's a funeral home. That's if you have like a glass eye. If you don't have an eye in it, they'll put one in there for you.
Why? They ain't gonna do no good.
That's if they have a viewing. They don't want a sunken in eyeball.
Put a tape over.
Fucking put an eye patch. No, put a googly eye on it. See your eye going all.
So they move the casket because they're crying and starts wiggling. Starts screaming.
Oh my god. Okay, as I was saying, there's this website called invaluable.com, and they have works, John Wayne Gacy's artworks in there that are in that of the originals or prints. They do range from close to hundreds of thousands 1,000 being the cheapest. If it's,
Where does the money go to?
I have no idea. Let me look that up. Let's see, where does the money go to when people buy Gacy's
Or any serial killer
art? Let me see.
Making chocolate is a little more disgusting than you would expect.
I don't even know where they say. But actually, in Las Vegas, you can actually see an original Gacy painting at the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum. So, I wouldn't want to go in that fucking museum. That fucking place has got a lot of cursed shit in there, and I wouldn't want to touch any of it. Sorry, no thank you. I don't want to bring nothing with me. Anyways, yeah, so you can find his art online. There's pictures of his artworks if you guys are curious. You know what they say, curiosity kills the cat. And this expression, curiosity killed Osiris. I was looking at some of his artwork and I'm like, holy shit. I got it. He was obsessed with clowns because that was his whole life because he was a clown. I mean, it wasn't a factor where he actually accidentally killed someone when he got the taste for it, but he already had sexual assault cases against him in his early teens, and then he raped somebody's kid when he was married and whatnot before his first marriage, and then after that there's like a switch that hit him and all that shit happened, and yeah. Yeah, it was some crazy shit. Right. And I was doing the research on him. I was like, holy crap. Like, how does one become like that? And looking at all this stuff, you're like, no. What's so creepy about that? Okay, so.
You wash your hands?
So he has some oil paintings. He has some regular prints. You know, people make copies of his artwork. There's some other artworks that are done by other serial killers. There was this one, I can't remember his name, but he actually did a painting out of his own blood. I forgot his name though. If you guys know, hit me up. I want to know who that guy is. You can find some of the paintings and stuff in different places. There's actually museums, I think, in New Orleans and in California called the Death Museum, and they actually have a whole section on John Wayne Gacy as well as Charles Manson and Richard Ramirez. It's called the Death Museum. It's a museum full of like serial killer memorabilia and stuff like that. Yeah. So that was the short list of Gacy movies and the fact that he did artwork. I mean, it's crazy to think about, you know, how people reflect on serial killers, even though it's a sense of curiosity when people figure out, you know, like I don't know how to describe it.
Are you looking at yourself?
Yeah.
Hers was adorable. Hers is adorable. Anyways, I don't know what sparks that curiosity when it comes to serial killers. Why we glorify like them, like maybe in a sick, morbid way, how people are oddly sexually attracted to some of them. That I will never get. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, why? Dude looks like his face has been like ran through a fucking cheese grater or some shit. And you get that. I guess they want to say a would-be victim complex or some shit like that. A semi-Stockholm syndrome, even though you were never a victim. I don't know. Like, there was some people, oh my gosh, since the Night Stalker came out on Netflix, and then when the American Horror Story started glamorizing Richard Ramirez, people thought Ramirez looked like the kid on American Horror Story until they looked him up online and saw his real picture, and they're like, Buzz, his girlfriend. Exactly.
He was very ugly.
Yeah.
He had nasty mouth, nasty teeth.
He was, yeah.
Pockets all in his face.
That was fucking gross.
When they found him, they said this guy said he went to the library to check out a book or something. He asked him, he went up to the desk and asked the man where this section was. And I think it was about demonology or some stuff. Anyway, the man goes, this guy smells so bad. He goes, he smelled worse than shit. I don't know what can smell worse than shit. He goes, when he opened his mouth, he says it was so vile. It was like it smelled worse than fish. Dead fish. Yeah. He says he was just stinky and smelly and greasy.
Ew. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how females and men could be attracted to serial killers. I'm not slut shaming nobody or shaming nobody, but it's just odd attraction to some type of thing like that.
It's some kind of fantasy. It's a fantasy. Like, maybe they're sick too.
Yeah.
They want to be like that person, but they can't be. But so they
have like a pseudo fantasy of being like that.
Person, and then maybe they're like saying like role playing and thinking that's who they are. That's gross.
That is. I mean.
Can you imagine? And then some of these females want to be with like Richard Ramirez and all this other shit. Ted Bundy.
Oh my god! To me, I know, like I was saying this, and like when I was talking about Ted Bundy, was that females had an attraction to him because back then he was at the standards of what an attractive male would look like, or have like the attributes were. But seeing how he looked in real life, I'm like, that dude fucking had a unibrow, and y'all know it. When I did my podcast with my two colleagues at the time, they were like, that's mean to say. I go, dude, all women don't have the same standards in men. They're all different. I would like 2 eyebrows, not 1. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. They were like talking shit about that the whole time. But yeah, I don't get how females were attracted to Ted Bundy either. But like I say, like I was reading, and it was like back then the beauty standards for both men and women were different. So he kind of met the characteristics for the ideal male in the 70s. Ew.
That foot.
Ew.
Oh wait, wrong way, Joe. Someone's busted up corns.
Busted up. They're fucking infected. Ah! I'm never gonna eat potato chips again.
Oh, why'd you remind me of that? Gross.
Oh, that's just nasty. How could they let their feet get like that? That's gross.
You know. Okay, so there's like I said, there's like a lot of weird things going on, like why females and males are sexually attracted to serial killers, which will probably be another podcast episode. This was supposed to be about Gacy. My kid's crazy, guys. She's awesome, though. Like that.
You never better not be eating candy on a picture.
Yep, she's normally nuts. It's not. It's hereditary. She gets it from me.
Yeah.
Look at the way she's standing. Hi ho, Silver, away.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. So there was a part on It we're watching, the original It, the Stephen King, the first one with Jonathan Brandis and John Ritter. And that part my mom was referring to is like, why does Bill keep saying hi ho Silver away? I think I had to reread that part in the book.
So it was part of the bike's name was Silver. That's
Yeah.
what I read.
Hi ho Silver.
He thought it would be like he was the Lone Ranger.
Oh.
The Lone Ranger. Everyone, why was he the Long Ranger? It's the Lone Ranger. Lone. Not Long, because if he was long, I didn't see nothing. He had tight pants on at that time, too.
Oh my god.
Auntie Spaghetti.
What was that? Kimosabi.
Yeah.
Kimosabi and Stupid. I'm like trying to Google stuff. What?
I came here to say and look.
Okay. So, okay, I just Googled that part. The bike is particularly too big for Bill to ride, but is also Bill's escape from the most tumultuous part to his life. He uses Silver as a haven from the rage of his parents, who are still mourning the loss of their youngest son, Georgie, and respite from his weakness and his debilitating stutter. So he kept saying that, and then I was actually, my mom was right. Hi ho Silver away was a catchphrase used by the Western character the Lone Ranger when he wanted his horse to gallop away with him. Lenny Bruce once did a routine about the Lone Ranger. Lone Ranger was fucked up, it said long. The Lone Ranger, which he turned the posthumously released satirical animated short. Thank you, Mask Man. So, yeah, my mom was right about that part.
Yeah, I was a kid once. Crazy ass kid, too.
That's where I got it from.
Told me that I used to make tents everywhere.
Oh, yeah, you did. You made tents everywhere.
You want to be homeless, that's why.
No, I thought it was because she kept watching Alone. Oh, no, it was the whole... Yeah, it was homeless.
Because we saw those people down there, and she thought it was funny that she saw little kids in those tent thingies, and I'm like, that's not funny. And then when I don't know what to say. Anyway, it was crazy. She thought it was cute to want to have a tent all the time, so she started
Building
then
tents.
I started watching Alone.
If you guys don't know what Alone is where people go into the Alaskan wild to see if they can survive the wilderness for 60 days.
60 days.
Yeah, and you have people from all walks of life. You have firefighters, house moms, you have hunters, you have people who are...
Actually, most of the people that they select, they have to know something about living outdoors. They have
Yeah.
Some of them are tour guides that take people out hunting, like deer hunting,
Yeah.
hunting, stuff like that. And then others are naturalists, what they know about living off the land, like food and stuff, like leaves, bark in case they need for something, medicine, fishing, just stuff like that. If you can live off the land, then
Yeah.
you know if you can prove to them that you can survive. They give you they take you to a camp for 2 weeks, and you got to come up with your own stuff.
Yeah, you
And
get
then when they select you, you have to come up with, I think it's only like 5 to 10 items, but you cannot have a gun at all, a rifle, you cannot have that. All you can have to do is fishing line, hooks, or nails. You can have pots and pans, and everlasting matches or match the thingy.
Yeah.
Right? Tarps to make yourself your house till you can
Build your own
build your
structure.
own shelter. Sleeping bags, I believe, and coats and stuff.
Yeah.
That's just like the norm, like which would be like something you would take on camping, except for weapons.
Yeah.
So, but they do supply you with bear mace in case you get attacked, because where they're gonna take you, there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, there's all kinds of predatory animals there
There's
too.
cougars,
They do
wolves,
give you. I
bears.
think they do give you a gaming license, right? They give them a gaming permit, like
I don't know if they do.
a hunting permit, just in case, because you do have to have a permit when you fish.
I know that one episode they had it was like a bison or some sort of,
Yeah.
or like a yak. It was a yak. It's
Yak.
like the big old thing,
Yeah.
long horse like that. Yeah, that thing. And that lasted that guy a long time because he dug underground.
Oh, yeah.
Like a freezer. But somebody was smarter than they thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
They dug it up on the side. I think it was a wolverine and stole some of his meat.
Oh yeah.
But let me see, what else did they do? And the phone.
Yeah, they give them like an emergency phone.
In case they cut themselves really bad and they can't stop the bleeding, or they just choose to stay like one night or just the same day. They run into a bear the same day they're dropped off. Dude, bragging over there. Oh, this is my mama and mama, this is my brother. Yeah, I'm gonna bring home a bear rug for my mama. Fucker didn't even last. But maybe 45 minutes. As soon as he dropped off, he saw some bears. Got scared. Got on the phone and said, "I can't do this. A bear almost ate me." Yeah, right.
That one cracked me up.
If he wanted to eat you, you would have been it.
I mean, it's like some people, I think, that have that false confidence in themselves, and it causes them
Because they think they're badass here in the cities and shit. It ain't a city out there. Fucking animals run that jungle.
Yep.
Like that stupid guy. When he heard the wolves baying.
Oh yeah, he started howling back.
And
they got closer.
They came around the other side. What did he do? He bailed out too,
Yeah.
because they were gonna attack him.
They were gonna attack
He
him.
was inside his tent shitting bricks.
Because they could differentiate. I can't fucking talk with shit today, guys. They could tell the difference, and even the tone. They could differentiate. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for.
Oh shit.
The how. Oh wow.
Oh my god. Why would they do that?
Whoa. Yeah, it's a crazy ass world out there, guys. From like the shows they put on TV, from what glorifying serial killers, for them to make motion pictures out of it, documentaries. I get the documentaries, but I think it also kind of does put a positive type of lighting on it to see if people with some kind of unhinged behavior or like characteristics, because it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to get people help, regardless if they're fucking psycho or whatnot.
Yeah, but alone people
want to test
they go through hell and back, try to find themselves, and then they come to realize what kind of pieces of shit they really are.
Yeah,
in the real
exactly.
world. Like, I can hack in this world. No, you can't.
You can't. I think alone.
Because a person who is so sure of themselves and how they can survive, even in the modern world with modern technology, with modern equipment, they're fooling themselves because the machines are what's doing it for them.
Mm-hmm.
When they're out in the fucking woods, you look at that tree ain't gonna help you build a fire. You can chop the tree down and it will help you build a fire. But it ain't gonna do it for you. You gotta sit there and cry because you're starving. Then you're eating little limpets from the ocean. You don't even fucking know if they're safe to eat, and then
or you're fucking trapping mice.
Yeah, that's the grossest part. How you gonna eat a mouse that's so flat? I mean, it actually shot its gut out of either its mouth or its ass. How you gonna eat that little mouse? And that man's put in a stew. He's making a stew out of. I mean,
Not to
does he
mention,
even
what if
skin
they
it?
have hantavirus?
I don't know because they're not around people.
Yeah, true, but still, you never know. They might have they might have rabies. They might have all kinds of
I know
shit.
you can probably, if you know how to trap. That lady was trapping rabbits. She
Yeah.
just had snow hares. Trapping them big ass old bunny rabbits. Yeah.
I want a giant ass bunny
And then
rabbit.
the guy couldn't even freaking catch fish for the life of him. He had a net, threw it out there. He had 3 or 4 fish in there. And then he pulls one out and it goes back in, jumps right out of his hand because he's instead of standing there going, look what I got, look what I got, you know?
Oh yeah, that
And
guy.
then jumped back in the water.
And the other
slipped
two did
right out of his hand, and then he
the other
just throws
two.
it up there. That lady, oh, I got me a great big old salmon. I've got 3 or 4. She goes, well, I'm just gonna let the other ones go and just take this one. Duh, that was the last time she caught a salmon because there was a salmon run at that time at that certain period of time.
And not to mention, it was
It
close to
disappeared.
winter too.
What?
Not to mention, it was getting close to winter
What
too.
does that mean? They're seasonal.
Yeah.
And the run had stopped.
Yeah.
And then she's now regretting I should have kept those fish. Bet you should. You could have cut them up. You could have gutted them, hung them up on top where they can dry from the fire, smoke from the fire, and you could just cut little pieces off and make stew every day to survive till you found something else to eat. Not to mention she was fighting with the bears. Not to mention she was fighting with the seals. The seals somehow said, oh shit, look what she's catching. They tore up her net. And every day she went there, her fish were half eaten. There was nothing left for her to eat.
Yeah.
The heads were just left. Even they were like chewed up. So the seals got to them, and then they're just looking at her like, okay. So she takes her net down because they just thrashed it, and now she's crying. And then she looked like a fucking scary ass skeleton out in the woods. Cut herself, and because she was so weak, she couldn't even see. That's how weak she got. Instead of taking,
Didn't she lose close to 30 pounds or
she was
something?
a bone. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because she was skinny already as it was, but then she started losing
And
weight
then
rapidly because she couldn't eat. She
And
was
the thing is, you gotta use your head because it's a seasonal time when they take you out there. They take you in the middle of the last part of spring, then it goes into fall. Okay, in fall time, things start dying. Like she says, oh look, there's abundance of this kind of leaves you can eat for a salad. There's this you can eat for a salad. There's this berries you can eat. Instead of her picking all that stuff and putting it away while it's still fresh and then let it dry naturally, where she can use it later on like spices, even you can put that in water and still survive. But no, she goes, I'm just gonna eat those berries. Like that's what they're telling you. Use your head. Use your head ahead because, like I said, seasons change.
Yeah.
God, even I know that. I used to go hunting with my dad. He used to tell me all kinds of stuff. Even my mama knew this stuff. Jeez, that's why we would win.
Oh yeah, there's the question why don't we ever go on why aren't natives ever picked to go on alone? It's because we would win because we actually are taught from a young age how to hunt, how to identify.
Cook, play,
yeah,
wash, survive on what we have.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's a one-on-one thing when you're born. It's like teaching you how to walk, how to talk, how to eat. Watching how your mama and your grandma and your grandpa did things.
Yeah.
You remember those things.
Yeah.
And you can take an axe and use a rock and make sparks.
Yep.
Catch on fire. Take a plastic bottle with you. Take a magnifying glass with you. Use the sun.
Yeah.
Dirt.
I don't think some people go that far. I think
wearing glasses. Fine.
Yeah,
take
your
your
glasses off and
use
use it as a magnifying glass.
As a magnifying glass.
I don't think people really catch on that they do. Even though they brought some stuff with them, they brought important shit with them to actually use to help them, and they don't use their brains enough to actually use it for the purpose.
This guy didn't even know how to make a bed. He didn't know how to make a bed out of the boughs, like the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
He was just cutting them up and then goes, oh, this doesn't work. Well, why'd you cut them all down for, you idiot?
Yeah, I remember that one guy, he had his own little setup too. He had made a little, dug under and he started building a shelter around it.
Yeah.
He built a little underground hearth. Yeah, he had actually, had like a little bed he actually did make from tree branches and stuff. That's what impressed me, was that he made his own little setup.
Made a kitchen.
Yeah.
And then that lady made a fireplace where she can cook her food and also keep her warm at night because it was getting cold. Then she managed to make some kind of mortar from the mud over there, and she spread it around, and in the daytime she lifted up her tent where the sun could bake.
Yeah.
So she was insulated in there. I was hoping she'd win, but she ate something that she ate a fish.
That parasites in it, didn't
and
it?
it had something on it, yeah. And then another guy ate, he wasn't supposed to eat those what do you call them? Those little barnacle thingies.
Oh, yeah.
Those little black things, what are those?
I can't remember what they're called.
Anyway, those things. He was eating them, and they were told because of the Red Sea.
Oh, yeah, the red foam.
Yeah, they said not to eat them because they would collect in those shellfish type of things. Cat, I want to knock you out. You keep on eating. Is that my cat?
No, it's my cat.
Oh, your cat. Quit eating my hair, piece of shit.
My cat likes to chew on hair, especially if he likes what he smells.
Yeah.
Especially when you're out of the shower, he'll do that.
And that was just sad, though. I was hoping that lady would win. And a Mexican guy, he lasted real long. But he started getting, like, real lonely, so he was making himself sick from loneliness.
Oh, my God.
And then he had to call, and they came and they go, got you in the nick of time because you're making your own self sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he couldn't eat nothing. He couldn't even. And then the water. Of course, if you're out of forest,
You had to boil water. Because you don't know what parasites, what nastiness might be in the water. Even though it's in the wilderness, yeah, I get it. There are such things as clear springs, but not all clear springs are clean.
No, because one time when we went up to Zion National Park, there was this place by the Emerald Springs. And then this guy says, oh, this water is really clean next to it. So what did I do? I go, instead of putting in the filter thing like I was supposed to, and I just drank it with my cup to my hands. It was so clean, it was sweet, and it was cold because it came from the mountains. But you got to remember, there's all that moss and shit and dead birds shitting on there. You don't know what else is in there. I got real sick. I had to go to the hospital and I came back. I didn't have any parasites in me, but they said it was from the water because it had too much alkaline or something.
Oh, yeah, you can get alkaline poisoning.
So I was like, God. Yeah. So I was like not happy there. But I tried to make the best of it, but I got so sick. I got like headache, nausea, tummy ache, bone aches, everything.
So it's kind of like food poisoning in a way, so you get all those symptoms and then some.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I had a good time out there. I used to love going camping.
I love the only time I went
smell of
camping,
the wood
burning. Just sitting there getting told stories, looking in the sky is all like nothing but a blanket of stars.
When we even had any kind of contact with Grandma and Grandpa up in Mount Taylor.
Yeah, that was.
We went pinon picking that.
Yeah, remember those wild turkeys in the morning?
Yeah.
That was
What's
so
that
cool.
noise?
It's
And then
turkeys.
Grandma made like a fork.
Yeah.
You remember how big she made it?
Yeah, that was cool.
God, it was cool how she did it.
That was awesome.
She was a very impressionable lady. She did a lot of stuff. She learned a lot from her brothers and from her grandma and her grandpas and stuff. Growing up in that farm. Yep. She knew how to do cattle. She knew how to do sheep. She knew how to break horses, take care of cattle. We had turkeys, like 500 turkeys at one time. Chickens, geese, ducks. And her playground was way back up there, where now up that way.
Yeah.
That was her playground back then. And it was like I was telling you about. She told me that one time there was a little white skunk. It was all albino skunk. So she was playing with it, and I guess her picking it up, and she fell asleep, and they were laying right by her, and the little skunks. So she got in trouble because you're gonna come home and get sprayed with them. Mama's gonna come and look for her baby. She says it was there. Didn't do nothing to me, just laid by me. So they're all laying together. So that's how she got the skunk smell on her. She came home, she got in trouble. So she had to take a bath and took her bath outside. And Grandpa scolded her, I guess, about that and told her they're wild animals and you can't make pets because she wanted to bring it home, and she cried and she cried and she cried, and they said no, so they got her a rabbit. She didn't want the rabbit. Nah, she fed it to the dog.
Jeez, Grams.
Yeah, my mom was not food at that time, but she was very I don't know how you could say, like a real big ass tomboy. She grew up like that. She had to. Her and all her sisters.
Yeah, because
all my aunties had to grow up like that.
Because my other grandpas went to
the war.
To the war, yeah.
And so they were just, the women were left alone there. But they taught a lot. They taught them how to take care of the farm.
So I remember Grandma was telling me how it came to take care of all these other stuffs, and like how she really tended when we had a chicken coop. My grandma used to like take care of all those.
She raised the baby turkeys. How she said they were so sensitive.
Oh my God! She was saying my grandma had a bunch of baby turkeys, so we got them. We were incubating them. They started hatching. She said we had to be really careful because they are really sensitive babies, and one actually did drown itself in a bottle cap of water.
Yeah,
I remember that. That was like, oh my God.
She was so hurt by it. She was so. And then she would go bury it. She was crying. Yeah, I'm all like, oh, okay.
And then there was all the turkeys that we did have, like they were in the chicken coop, and then she had this fucking banting rooster I really hated. That thing would attack you at no.
That's why they gave it to her.
Yeah.
It was mean. I can't remember, someone gave it to her, and it laid really pretty eggs.
Oh yeah, that was really pretty.
It wasn't a rooster.
It was a hen. Yeah, she laid pretty eggs, and then
they were like blue.
They're speckle. They had speckles on them.
Blue, and then there was another one that laid pink.
Yeah, brown.
And we had the brown ones.
The brown
and
eggs.
The white ones.
Yeah, we had
the turkey eggs. Oh, those are the best to make cakes. They were so rich. They were the best to make cakes. They were just poof up.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It was like back in the and once you get into that kind of like thing growing up, it's like wow.
And you still remember.
Yeah.
You don't forget.
You never forget. It's like
it's like when we used to go help Auntie Butcher.
Oh yeah.
Cows, for.
It never leaves you.
I wonder if they're gonna do that this year.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, oh, you guys at home, you guys should come in and help us, would you?
Heck yeah, I would.
I would tape it.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I would film it.
This is Cyrus eviscerating a cow.
Yeah, Auntie's gonna ask you. Auntie Myra will ask you again. Do you remember how I taught you? Yeah, don't cut this, don't cut that, but cut this and cut that, but don't cut that.
Yep.
And then here, Vaughn, here's I ain't gonna do you more. I outgrew that rake. I gotta go do something else.
Alright, guys. That's all for tonight. Thanks for your time.
I didn't even know you were recording.
I was still recording. It's fine.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. Everyone loves your stories.
Oh.
So, you guys, we went through the John Wayne Gacy thing, the comparison between Dean Allen Coral and John Wayne Gacy combined. You guys heard some tidbits of my mom and myself growing up. You heard a story about my grandma growing up in New Mexico. It's like farm life in New Mexico. Even though we live in a city, it never leaves you. What the fuck is that? Oh, we're watching paranormal videos on YouTube because
But it doesn't count because you can't hear nothing.
I know. Because I have it kind of the volume turned down. Alright, guys. Join me tomorrow. Oh, he's saying so screech. Tune in tomorrow. I may do another one. I might not. I don't know. Depending. If you guys are following my socials, go for it. Odd Pods with the Odd Broad. And my YouTube channel is Curious Cyrus. Curious Cyrus. You can check out my Snapchat at Cy Edwards. If you guys have any suggestions and whatnot, feel free to just jot them down and send them my way, and I'll look at the case. Halloween's coming up next week, guys. Be safe out there. If you have kitties, taking them trick or treating, be sure check your candy.
Beware of people.
And just
be safe.
Out there.
Be safe. Be careful. Be aware of your surroundings. Watch your babies. So yeah, practice social distancing. If you're a single mom or dad, keep your eyes on your.
My TVs.
You're drawing.
I said my TVs.
You guys, yeah, be safe out there. I mean, even though we're at the tinge of this pandemic, we're still not safe from the real monsters in real reality. You may be seeing monsters in costume forms, but that does not depict the real monsters out there. Be safe, be aware, keep your children safe, check your candy, wear a mask, use hand sanitizer, and if you guys choose to stay in, have fun, enjoy your time. You're spending it with family. Y'all be safe. Don't drink and drive. You know, I'm gonna relay that same message on Halloween night after my podcast episode. That's gonna be the ending part of the movies with based off of killers. So
You're gonna broadcast from New Mexico?
yeah, I'm gonna broadcast from. I will be in New Mexico this coming week, guys. So I'll be posting some video. I'll be posting some episodes from there. Halloween is gonna be the I'm in My Vis case and the Cannibal Cafe forum. There was a movie based off of it, and I will go through it with you guys bit by bit. Yeah. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Be safe. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. If you guys want to watch those shows I listed, you can look on Amazon Prime, Hulu, Peacock, Discovery Plus, and on I think it was that's not the channel. That's just me being a goof. Let me see. Oh my goodness. There we go. You can learn to watch. Yeah. Amazon Prime. You have some on Netflix. You have some on Peacock, Vudu, and Tubi, I believe. Tubi has the 8213 Gacy House movie on there. There's an episode called The Crawl Space on Amazon Prime. Watch Killer Clown's Revenge on Amazon Prime. There's different shows calling Dahmer. Oh, they actually have a movie called Dahmer vs. Gacy. What the fuck? It's an American comedy horror film directed by Ford Austin. And I'm gonna see what the hell this is. Oh my god.
What?
It's a secret government lab run by a Dr. Stravinsky, who's been trying to create an ultimate killer using the DNA of infamous serial killers John Wayne Gacy and Jeffrey Dahmer. But there's one big problem. They've escaped. The bloody mayhem stretches across the United States as they go on the ultimate killing spree, trying to stop the maniacal madness in his Ringo, a hick warrior being trained by God. What the hell is this shit? Oh my god. Using the only shotgun and a bottle of whiskey on his road trip to hell, he must first fight off his own demons, not to mention an army of Japanese ninjas and a super serial killer, and it leads up to the ultimate showdown. Why are people allowed to make these trashy ass movies? Oh my, this is so fucking stupid. I'm not sorry I said it, it's fucking stupid. Oh, I mean, I get it, you want to be edgy, a total edgelord and fucking make a movie about a serial killer, but you tend to, oh my god. Why would you want to?
Everyone, it's a comedy.
I still wouldn't want to watch it. Fucking ninja, really? You're gonna fight off a fucking horde of Japanese ninjas with just a bottle of whiskey?
Maybe it's...
It's special whiskey. It grants wishes every time you take a sip.
It's your genie.
Oh my god, it's a genie in a bottle. It's a drunk genie in a bottle. Could you imagine that shit? Y'all rubbing the genie up in the bottle. Come on, magic genie. The fuck you want? Oh my god, it's so dumb. Alright guys, I'm out before I find some other weird shit to look at. I mean, let's just say this, we live in a time where people try and make any type of movie possible. I mean,
Yeah, we're all dumb and we watch it too.
fuck for real, huh?
What
What?
is this about?
Zombie strippers or strippers
Oh my
versus
God,
werewolves.
Don't remind me, that was the most dumbest thing.
Yeah, the high heel scene was fucking so dumb. Oh my god.
I've been using them to stab people.
She's all swinging around the pole and a zombie's trying to get her, so she hits in the eye with the fucking zombie. With her fucking heel, she stabs it in the eye. And then it just dies. And then the music still sucks too. It's like they picked the cheesiest fucking music to play with those movies. But then again, I get it, copyrights, because you know you just can't be shaking your ass to Get Low or something, or like freaking Thought Shit or something like that. Alright guys, I'm out. Bye. Hey guys, stay tuned for my following podcasts, and not to mention both seasons 2 and 3 are available on all streaming podcasts. Wherever you get them, you can find them there. You can also follow my socials, and that is Odd Pods with the Odd Broad on IG, and you can find me on Snapchat and at Cy Edwards. My Twitter, I am currently redoing that, so you can actually find me on Twitter at OddBroadTV as well. So you guys have a good one and be safe. Bye. Hey guys, urgent news. The 5th victim of John Wayne Gacy has been identified. Francis Wayne Alexander was body number 5 they exhumed. He was identified through the DNA basis, like the data codes or the data system. Yeah.
You didn't know who he was?
No, he was one of the ones that they couldn't identify. So how he was identified, or was that the partnership between the sheriff's office and the DNA Dope Project. The DNA Dope Project is a system where they use like other profiles. They're like going through genealogy websites to find potential relatives. They found that it linked to his mother and his half brother. When they were contacted, they both had provided DNA for comparison. So between the genetic testing and financial records, postmortem reports, and other information, they confirmed that the remains were that of Alexander's. So Alexander, how was he? Yeah. Francis Wayne Alexander.
At least he can rest in peace now.
Yeah. This is just like a breaking news thing. Through Sheriff Tom Dart, speaking with Alexander's mother and other relatives, they don't want to speak publicly about the identification as Gacy's victim, but his sister, Carolyn Sanders, made it clear that the family never stopped thinking of what might have become of him. This is because they thought that he just cut off communication and wanted to be left alone. That was one of the...
They never thought that, that he might be a victim of him?
They never thought. That never came through at all. They didn't think anything of it.
He just ran away and that was it?
That's what they thought. Like, he just... Like, the thing was, he was a full-grown adult. He wasn't a teenager.
Right.
So...
And how old was he? He was an adult.
I don't know. That it's... Okay. 45 years. 45 years he was identified.
Oh my God. Unidentified.
Yeah, unidentified. To know what happened to him is a bit of it's closure for the family.
Definitely. Well,
according to Sanders, she wrote a statement released by Dart's office. He was killed in the hands of a vile and evil man. Our hearts are heavy and our sympathies go out to the other victims' families. We can now lay to rest what happened and move forward by honoring Wayne. Alexander's remains were among the 26 sets that police found in a crawl space under Gacy's home outside the city. 3 other victims were found buried on Gacy's property, and another 4 of whom Gacy admitted killing were found in waterways south of Chicago. If you guys don't remember, I did do a podcast. I did do an episode. It was a multi-parter of John Wayne Gacy that the last 3 to 4 victims were tossed over the bridge. The last being Robert Peace was the last victim, and his body washed up. It was caught in some brush. That's how they found Robert Peace. Wow, it's crazy. But Dart's office exhumed the 8 sets of remains in 2011 and called on anyone who had any male relative disappear in the Chicago area in the 70s when Gacy was trolling for victims to submit DNA. Within weeks, the sheriff's office announced that it had identified one of the remains, those of William Bundy, a 19-year-old construction worker. In 2017, it identified the second set, those of 16-year-old Jimmy Hackinson, who disappeared after he phoned his mother in Minnesota and told her he was in Chicago. Dart and Lieutenant Jason Moran shared that they knew about Alexander, born in North Carolina. He moved to New York, where he was married, then on to Chicago in 1975, where he soon divorced. The last known records of Alexander's life were traffic tickets he received, the last which came on January 1976. Unlike many victims who were lured to Gacy's home with the promise that he'd get them construction work, Alexander worked in bars and clubs, so there was no record of him working in construction or having any made contact with Gacy. But Alexander did live in the same area that as Gacy frequented, and that where some of Gacy's other victims had lived, including Bundy. Unlike Bundy and Hackinson, who were identified because family members heeded Dart's 2011 call for the public to submit DNA, that's where the DNA Doe project came in, and they were able to they were able to compare DNA and find him. One of the newest investigative tools for the investigations of missing and unidentified persons, that's the Project Doe, DNA Doe project. That's actually a smart thing to do, is to use their DNA, and whoever uses that 23andMe and that Ancestry.com DNA test, you all know everything goes into a database. So who knows? If it wasn't for that, he wouldn't have been identified. Dart declined to give Alexander's hometown, saying that the family hasn't said if they want to bring his remains to North Carolina or keep them where they've been buried for all these years. But in its news release, the sheriff's office did thank the police department in Irwin, about 35 miles south of Raleigh, for its help. The submission of DNA from people who suspected Gacy might have killed their loved ones has helped police solve at least 11 cold cases of homicides that had nothing to do with Gacy, who was executed in 1994, and has also helped families find loved ones who were missing were alive, including a man in Oregon who had no idea his family was looking for him. So that's the breaking news, guys. Victim number 5 was identified as Francis Wayne Alexander. To the families, still pondering what happened to their loved ones. We hope you get closure soon. So this is Oddbroad signing out, and have a good night, guys.